The budget on healthcare is very, very important on two aspects. When we create a budget, especially in healthcare, the two aspects are: one, to provide good quality healthcare for the entire population at affordable cost. The second most important thing, whatever money that we invest in healthcare budget, the creation of the employment. This is the only one sector which provide at least 20% of the population employment. The employment also mainly for the lower grade people, like the class 4 employees, the nursing staff, the technical staff, and as well as the managerial staff. So all these people are below poverty line people. So the only biggest advantage is providing health care. Apart from this direct healthcare employment, there is an indirect healthcare employment. Indirect healthcare employment is insurance, food and beverage, ambulance, construction for the buildings, for all the healthcare providers, all these things. So we need to, even though you provide one-time budget over a period of a decade, the most important allocation should be, keep it in mind, quality, affordable healthcare equally distributed in the entire country, primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. We need not spend the money for all the areas, all these four categories. The way we can able to spread, where we should able to allocate for primary health care, where we should able to do a secondary health care and a tertiary and a quaternary health care. If you make it in this pyramid, the quaternary will be at least in the 4 or 5 places. The tertiary should be in each state 1 or 2 places. Every district should be a secondary health care. And in each district, at least minimum 10 to 15 places, if you provide a primary health care, the employees will also equally distribute. The health care accessible to the public, to their doorsteps, will be much, much nearer to as we have today. So the allocation of the budget should be more than what we have today, at least double and triple the money. But the allocation is very, very important, so that it should each year, whatever the money that we spend, should able to go for a long way. For the
very obviously, India has been underspending. We say 1.3%. Right now, what is your expectation? Post-COVID, also the government, the country needs to have learned some lessons.
At least minimum 8 to 10% we should build. What we have 1.3% today should increase 8 to 10%. The reason why 1.3%, even though we are providing a good care, is coming from the out of pocket from the patients. The private healthcare is doing better. If the union government cannot able to, or the government of India cannot able to allocate the money, the one way, because we are a developing country, is to create a public-private partnership, so that at least the budget will come down. At the same time, we can able to achieve what we want to provide to the public in terms of quality, affordable health care. The second is the creation of the employment. Instead of the money which we are spending on giving to the poor people, if we are able to provide employment, they themselves will be able to generate, and the same amount will come down on the union budget. What we are giving a free today, if the same money if we are able to provide on this development of health care, and if we can able to create more employment, automatically country will progress much better than
yes, private healthcare has been seen as world class. Where should the government really prioritize at this stage? Because obviously resources are limited, especially in a COVID year when the revenues have gone down.
See, initially now, if you take it, the primary and secondary and tertiary and quaternary health care, mostly the government should focus in the next few years on primary and secondary. The reason why I am saying primary and secondary, 60 to 70% of the people who are getting sick are coming into the primary and secondary health care. Only 30%, less than that, may require a tertiary and a quaternary care. So as long as you treat the primary and secondary in a proper way, and their health will also improve, and those who are getting this tertiary and quaternary care, if you talk on the healthcare model, we call it as a rich man's disease. The tertiary and quaternary healthcare is a rich man's disease, because these diseases will come, either maybe heart disease, maybe cancer, because the people will live longer and they buy these diseases by smoking, by drinking, by their lifestyle things, choices and all. Mostly is a rich man's disease. So these people can afford. There is no need right now the government should able to spend more on this quaternary and tertiary care. They should be able to spend more on the primary and secondary health care, so that entire public, needy public, has an approach, accessibility very near to their houses, so that the health care will improve.
For the private health care, what is your specific recommendation to the government? The common understanding may be that hospitals did well even in a COVID year, just like the pharma sector is expected to do well.
See, basically what we need to do in the private health care, like all the holiday period for the infrastructure building which we put, the equipment, because it's a long gestation period for the private health care. Because you invest money, the investment is, capex is very high, and operational cost is also very high. In the first 3-4 years of the operations, the operational cost is more than what we generate. Apart from the operational cost as well as the capex to repay, it's a troublesome. So if they can give a 5 years holiday for all the private health care in the beginning, and second important thing, the taxes, especially in the 5-6 years, either it may be income tax, whether it may be GST, whether it may be an import tax, all these things, if you can give a holiday period for some period, the day when the hospital starts generating to repay the banks and the taxes and other things, which will be helpful, more and more private healthcare people will come into the picture. The third important thing what they do is encourage the insurance. Rather than giving, government should able to pay the insurance, you should also ask the public to spend co-payment. That means if the government wants to pay 75% of the premium, let the private people, all the public should pay 25%, so that they will know what is the significance of this health. So once the insurance comes, the profitability and the generation of the private healthcare will also improve. So slowly this insurance can able to taper down from the government side. The public will understand the significance. Also should understand as on today the insurance cost is less than a cup of coffee every day per single individual. A person wants to spend 10 rupees per cup. Everybody will drink 2 cups of coffee, which is 20 rupees. In a year they spend about 7,250 rupees. The same amount is spent on insurance. So the health will be able to improve, and they don't need to become a burden on the health. So we should, all these aspects, the union government able to understand and create a model where in next 5 years it should be self-sustainable, and we need not bother whether the budget is low or more. So we need to make the public as a partners. We should not be able to say that health should be provided free of cost. We need to encourage the people to understand the significance of health. Health is wealth. If there is no health, they cannot generate wealth. So the moment when they are able to start spending money one side, then teaching the public, awareness creation. the budget can be managed in the next 5-6 years, we will become the number one in the world healthcare, because many people even today coming to India to take a proper healthcare. So that also we need to capitalize. People, when we have facilities, we should be able to see that the private healthcare should be able to boom so that we can attract more and more foreign revenue to this country.
Your 8 to 10% was very, very ambitious, asking the government to spend that much on healthcare. But specifically, I know all your recommendations are for a post-COVID year, but any lessons that COVID has taught which should be treated as a wake-up call now?
See, the one is most of this COVID is because of the cleanliness. So we are not able to provide a proper infrastructure, whether it may be roads, whether it may be drainage, whether it may be anything. Most of the diseases today are coming only because of these, the all communicable diseases, that sanitation issues, that has to be addressed. 8 to 10% is not the biggest ambitious plan. The reason is, most of the money you are not going to spend for a recurring expenditure. Out of that, at least 5% is going to build the assets or to create awareness on the healthcare, what we need to do. Then later on, the healthcare budget will come down automatically. Once today, you need to make it few millions of infrastructure we need to create. Like what we are spending on roads, 1 lakh crores, 2 lakh crores, similar thing which we need to spend. Here again, you are creating an employment for everything. So that is the way how the government should be able to prioritize the healthcare, how it is going to create wealth to the country. If the public is healthy, then they will be able to generate more and more opportunities is coming.